Hi, this is Lisa Loves to Crochet and Knit, and I'm going to show you how to crochet this googly-eyed finger puppet glove. So you're going to need 5 googly eyes. You can use any size you want. You can use any colors you want. I chose to keep them bright colors. So I have red, orange, yellow, blue, green, and then purple for the hand, and then yellow for the cuff of the glove. And so let's start with making just one finger puppet. I have a few of them already made. So for the first one we're going to make is a red one. So I'm going to make a red one. So you're going to need red yarn. And we're going to start with, let me get this stuff going here, some red yarn, an eye crochet hook, a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, a pair of googly eyes, whichever size color you want to put on it. I'm going to do red on red. And so I start with a magic loop. And I chain 1. And I do 6 half double crochet in the magic loop. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6. So there's my 6 in the magic loop. And I'm going to pull that tight. And then I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning stitch. So there's my magic loop, or my first round. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in that same stitch, and then 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. And I might add before that, you need to make a knot for this magic loop. So you have to thread your tapestry needle and then just put a little knot in here so you don't have this coming loose or open. So I just chain 1 kind of thing and just put and weave it back in, and then I'm just going to weave in my end. And this way, when you get down to the finger, it's not going to be too hard to do. So now I just take my scissors and just snip off that end. So now your end is weaved in, and so you're going to complete this rest of this round, and you're just going to put 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. Now if you get to this part of your finger and pull that little fuzzy off the yarn, I'm going to count my stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if you get to this part and you realize that it's going to be too tight for your finger, you can add another stitch in there. So there's I slip stitched it to the beginning after I have my 6 stitches around there. And I'm just going to chain 1, and I'm just going to continue to do that, making sure that it'll fit on my finger. It's not too tight or too small or anything, or too big. And so now I'm going to start to add on the 3rd row. I'm going to add, first I'm going to put a half double crochet in that first stitch, and then I'm going to take my googly eyes, I'm going to put it on top of that next stitch I'm going to work through, and I'm going to put 2 half double crochets around the loop and in that stitch. and that way that stitch is going to be secure with those googly eyes. Then I slide it to the side and I put 2 half double crochets in the next stitch and around the googly eyes. Let me pull some more yarn here. So and then I have one there, and I'm going to put one more. So I'm going to have 2 half double crochets in those 2 stitches, and I'm going to do a third time. So I'm just going to kind of turn my work so my little googly eyes will fit around those. It'll be a little bit of a challenge to get it to fit, and I'm just going to do 2 more half double crochets around the googly eyes. And this way the googly eyes are very secure in the yarn and they're not going to come off. And then I'm going to make sure this is tight, and I'm going to do another half double crochet in the next stitch. So I have 3 extra half double crochets in here. Now if you don't like this hole there, but I think it's fine, you can add another stitch in there if you want, and just add another stitch right there in that same stitch, so there'd be actually 3 in that, but you don't have to do this. And then go around, and that covers that hole, so there's no more gaping hole there. And then I just do 1 half double crochet to the end and I slip stitch. Now this round I'm going to chain 1. So this, I'm on the 4th round. So 1, 2, 3, this is the 4th round. And I'm going to continue. I'm going to put a half double crochet in that same stitch. I'm going to put 1 half double crochet decrease in the next 2 stitches. Because remember, I added extra stitches around the eyes. So there's 1 decrease. And then here's another decrease. And then here's another decrease. Pull the yarn a little tight. And then remember, you stuck an extra one right there. But you can decide if it's too tight around your finger or not. So if you feel like you need that extra stitch, everybody's hands are different. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 half double crochets, the 3 decreases. So 5, 6, 7. So I'll leave it at 7 to show you that it's not that big of a difference, 1 stitch, but it is. So, I mean, it depends on how comfortable you feel with the 7 stitches instead of the 6. See, and now I think it's going to be a little too big, so I'm going to do another decrease. I'm going to back up. So you're going to have to give it a try yourself. So I'm going to make sure continue on with the 6 half double crochets instead of 7. But remember, you can customize this to your fingers. So I'm going to do a slip stitch to the beginning. And I'm going to chain 1. And now I have the 6 half double crochets around that. And I'm going to continue with the next rounds. So I'm going to do another half double crochet in that same stitch. And then I'm going to do 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. Okay, so I've chained 1 for that next round. So I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, on my 6th round. And I'm just going to continue this until I hit round 8. I have these ones complete already. And then, so you can tell that these ones have 8 rounds. This one has 7. This is for my pinky. So I have a shorter distance from the top of the finger to the bottom. So I only have 7 rows here. So, and these ones have 8. So this one's going to have 8. So it'll go with, with that one. I just did a shorter one for my pinky because it's a shorter finger. So I'm going to continue until I meet 8th row. Okay, so now I've completed my 8th round, and I'm just going to chain 1 tighten my work, and I'm just going to snip my yarn just like I would normally. So I've slip stitched to the beginning, and then I chained 1, and then I cut my working yarn, and I made it so I know it's going to fit on my finger. My yarn and my crochet stretch, so that's why I make it so it stays on my finger. I don't want it too big. I have small fingers, I have small hands, so I'm going to make sure I customize it to my own fingers. And that's why my pinky has 1 row shorter, and he looks a little shorter. So that's what I've got for my fingers. Now to my thumb, and I'm going to do my thumb in orange. And I'm going to get the bigger googly eyes, and I'm going to start the same exact way with a magic loop. So I'm going to start with a magic loop, and I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to put 7 half double crochets in the magic loop. Okay, so I have my 7 half double crochets around my magic loop. I'm going to tighten my loop. I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, chain 1, I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to weave in my knot and weave in my ends, making sure that that's pulled tight. Okay, so I have that completed, and now I'm just going to do another half double crochet in that same stitch, and I'm going to do a half double crochet in each stitch around. Okay, so I've completed 1 half double crochet in each stitch around, and I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, chain 1, and I'm going to try it on my thumb to see how it, make sure it's not too tight or too loose. So I think it works good, even though it's not a very good judge because your thumb gets bigger as you go down, but it gives you an idea. And so now for the next one, I'm just going to do half double crochet in the same stitch as I chain 1, and 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. Now this one we're going to do the exact same thing as how we attached on the 3rd row of the other one. And I'm going to do a half double crochet around the loop in that same stitch. Pull it tight, and I'm going to do another half double crochet in that same stitch and pull it tight. So I have 2 half double crochets in that stitch, and then the next stitch I'm going to do the same thing, but 2 half double crochets. There's 2, and then I'm going to do 2 more in that last one, just to give it extra support. And I do 2 half double crochets in that as well. Oops. Try not to break my yarn. So there's where the googly eyes are attached. And then in the next stitch I pull my yarn, and then you can go into this next stitch, but remember you're going to have a slight little hole there. If it's fine for you, then keep going. If not, remember that you'll have an extra stitch. You already have 3 extra stitches here, and so if you do that, you can put that half double crochet and it'll fill that hole, and you can keep going with your work as you've already done. But remember, you've added 4 extra stitches, so make sure you know that. So now I've made it back to the beginning, and I'm gonna slip stitch to the beginning, chain 1. Now this round is my decrease round, so I'm still gonna put that same half double crochet in the very beginning of the chain 1 space, put 1 half double crochet in the next. Let me pull some more yarn here, and in the next stitch I'm going to start my decreases. So I'm going to do a half double decrease in the next 2 stitches. So there's one of my increases, In the next stitch, I'm going to do another decrease. There's 2. And then here is 3. Another decrease. And then I'm going to do another decrease over here. And this will take care of all my extra stitches. So now I should be back to normal. And you can make sure by just stopping and counting, and then slip stitch to the beginning. So I've slip stitched to the beginning, I've counted my stitches, I still have my 7 stitches there, and I'm gonna do another half double crochet in that same chain 1 space and 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. Now this is again customizable, so my yarn is very stretchable. When I make something, it usually stretches out, so that's why I make sure that I don't want it terribly loose or terribly big. So, and it seems to be working, so I'm just going to continue with the stitch count that I have and continue around and complete the next 2 rows, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I've completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, and I'm going to chain 1 and half double crochet in that chain 1 space again, put 1 half double crochet in each stitch around, just like I've done every other row. So now when you're getting to the thumb lower stitches, just try it on again, make sure you're good, make sure it'll stay on your finger, it's not too small, not too big. Okay, so now I've got this row complete, and I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm on my 7th row, and I'm just going to do a half double crochet in that same one chain 1 space and 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. And so I'm going to complete this round and I'll come back. Okay, this is the end of my 7th round. I'm going to try the thumb on again. Because remember, it gets wider at the bottom. So I'll try it on. And I think I need to add another stitch at the bottom, just so it's not so tight. Just one more stitch, so it'll mean I'll have 8 stitches, just so it's not terribly tight. And then I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, chain 1. I'm going to try it on again. Here, I'll try it on my other thumb. So there is. Okay, so now I'm going to try all the finger puppets on my hand, just by placing them to see how they fit. I'm pulling them to the end of my fingers. My crochet is some stretchy, so I need to have them not so stretchy in some ways. So there's that. So those all fit my fingers pretty good. So I'm going to start to make the glove part now, since this will work. And you can choose to make it a left glove or a right glove, depending on how you put your googly eyes in your thumb. Now remember, if you do that, you got to move your finger puppets for the fingers that you customized them for. So like this is my thumb, this is my pinky, so it's correct on your glove. And by doing that, by the ends of my thumb, I got to remember that I'm going to cut my yarn, and I already chained 1, so I'll just pull that up. So that's complete. And now I'm just going to use some purple to attach to make the glove. And how I do that is I take the finger puppets and, and I crochet I start crocheting them together. So this one I'm not going to do first because your thumb is not at the same level as your fingers. So I start with the 4 fingers, and I have them in the order I want for the size of the glove I want. So I'm going to start with a slip knot on my crochet hook. And I'm going to start at the back. So I'm going to do the back across the backs. I'm just going to crochet across the backs here, flip them all over, and I'm going to attach with a single crochet. And I'm going to single crochet or half double crochet in the next stitch, and then in the next. And so I've got 3, I'm going to do 4. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be next to the yellow one, the next one in line, and I'm going to do another single crochet to attach that part of the glove, and then I'm just going to do another half double crochet across the next 4 stitches. This one you start at, so this one you're going to do 5 stitches, but you're not going to go all the way around. So there I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches on my glove, and then I'm going to lay the green one, the next one down, and I'm going to single crochet just like I would. I'm laying them flat. I'm going to single crochet them together to that stitch, and the next 4 stitches I'm going to put 4 half double crochets. 3, this is 4, and this is 5. And then I'm going to pull the pinky one, and remember they're sides, so you can see them, they're laying flat. And then I'm going to do a single crochet to attach to the side, that side stitch, and then I'm going to do 4 half double crochets. Pull some more yarn here. So 1, 2, 3, there's 4, and then here's 5. So now I have, so I'm going to make this one for my right hand. So now I'm going to try it on to make sure it's not too tight together and it's not too far apart. So you can see that with just attaching those, I'm pretty good. I might have some extra stitches in here, but that's okay. That's going to make sure that they're closed. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to half double crochet around and meet here, and I'm going to do a single crochet to attach that one, and then the same in between, and it'll meet me here at the end and slip stitch to the beginning. So that's what I've got going. I don't know if you can see that well. And I don't wear out the ends until later. So I'm just going to half double crochet to the end of the green or the blue, and then I'm going to attach to the green with a single crochet, and then go that way. So if you have a hole, remember, if you want to fill that hole, you can put a stitch in there, or you can slip it to the next or do a decrease, however you want to do it, to make it so it covers that hole. But I'm just going to do half double crochet to here, and I'll show you where I'm at when I get there. Okay, you can see that I've half double crocheted around the blue. Blue is harder to see. And so I've gotten in every stitch. And so I'm going to attach this purple with this same stitch of the green that has a stitch in it, and I'm just going to put a single crochet in there, and then I'm going to put half double crochets until the end of the green, and then meet up again at the end of that row, and hopefully that'll fill that hole, that gap. Okay, so I've put that single crochet in there, but you can't see it very well. And there's still a slight little hole there, but that's okay. I'll weave in my ends and I'll get that hole. And then so I've completed to the green, to the end of the green round. And so I've completed all those stitches, and now I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to go in that purple stitch, or the next stitch over from the purple, and I'm just going to fill that with a single crochet. Okay, so I've made it to the red finger now, and I'm going to do the same thing. I've half double crocheted in all my yellow stitches, and I'm going to do a single crochet in that same purple stitch, pull it tight, and do half double crochets all the way around the red. And then I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. I'm going to chain 1. And this is the round where you look to see if you need to make any decreases, so it fits to your fingers. Now everybody's is probably going to be different. That's why I'm not being too specific on things. So you can see that, you see I have these ripples. That means it's going to be too big. And that's something that sometimes can't be helped because of the fingers. I probably could have done decreases together here, and that would have, you know, made it so it would fit better. And so I'm going to go around and I'm going to put a decrease at those corners, or those little, you can see. So I'm going to put at least 8 decreases total, so 4 on each side, and right in that gap. So now I'm just going to continue to do that, and I'll see you at the end of that round. Okay, so I've completed that round, and I've put the 8 decreases in, and I can still see that I need to put a few more in there, because I can still see that it's going to be too big for my hand, and I want to make sure it stays, it's not ginormous or anything. So I'm going to continue to do, I might put 6 decreases, like 4 on this side and maybe 2 on the inside, so then it stays on my hand. So remember, everybody's hand is different. So if you feel like you don't need these decreases, don't make these decreases, just crochet around. And then, so I'm going to continue for the next round, and I'll see you at the end of that row. Okay, so there's that row. And so I've slip stitched to the beginning, and it feels like it's good. So I'm not going to do any more decreases. I'm just going to do a few more rows around, so I can start to add my thumb. So it's not too tight, it's not terribly loose, but it is, I probably could have put the 2 more decreases in that round. But yeah, I'm going to do another couple rows. I'm going to do 3 more rows, just half double crocheting around, and then I'll attach my thumb. Okay, so I've completed my 6th round of the purple. I don't know if you can see that well. And so I'm to my thumb. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure it would be a go. And I know it will fit. So I know that they'll meet. See, I can see that they're on top of each other. So I'm to my thumb, and I've completed my 6 rounds. And I'm going to take, and I'm going to do a half double crochet in that first stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches, and I'm gonna put my thumb on there, and I'm going to pull it through with 1 stitch, and then I'm going to put a half double crochet in there, and then I'm going to put a half double crochet around the next stitches, making sure he's facing upright. And I'm just going to continue to do half double crochets around every stitch on the thumb. Okay, so you can see I've crocheted all the way around my thumb, and I have this little gap here, and I'm going to fill that gap. I'm going to do a half double crochet. I've already done a half double crochet in that stitch, but now I'm going to do a half double crochet decrease and attach to that next purple and that same orange. So if you can see, I'm going to do a half double crochet in that same stitch, and then I'm going to go into the next purple right here, and there my thumb is attached, and then I'm just going to continue to half double crochet the rest around the hand, so you can see that it will sit right. So now I've made it to the beginning, and I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. I'm going to chain one. I'm going to do a half double crochet decrease and a half double crochet decrease in the next stitch. And then I'm just going to continue to half double crochet in each stitch around. And then now I've made it to the piece in between the thumb and the hand, and I'm going to do a half double crochet decrease there as well. And I'm going to continue to do another decrease. So there's 2 here, and then there's 2 in the front. And then I'm going to half double crochet in each stitch around to the beginning again. Okay, I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, chain 1, half double crochet in that same stitch. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more half double crochets around the thumb. Half double crochets decreases, sorry. And then I'm going to continue to the middle part again. I'm going to do 2 more over here, and then I'm going to continue around with half double crochets 1. Okay, so I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, and I'm going to continue with a half double crochet decrease right there in front of that thumb, and then I'm going to do half double crochet until I meet to the thumb's middle again over here, and I'm going to do another decrease, and then I'm going to do 1 more decrease. Only because it's not going to be huge around my wrist. So when you're doing these decreases, make sure you're not making them too small for your hand. Like I said, this glove is going to be customized to my hand. So you're going to have to, if it's not big enough, then don't put the decreases in. So you're going to have to try it on and keep trying it on to see how big it is for your hand. Remember, you're supposed to make everything unique to you. I think that makes it even more fun for everybody, where you can see the differences, where everybody wants to do things different. So now I'm at the beginning again, and I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. And I'll try it on for you so you can see what I'm referring to. So I'm putting the hand on, and you can see that it's almost at the base of my hand. And so I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, and I'm going to change colors, and I'm going to do, I think I'll do orange for the cuff. So I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. I'm going to cut my purple yarn because it's made it to the base of my hand, and I'm going to start to do orange for the cuff. So now I'm going to start with a slip knot with the orange, putting it on my hook, and then I'm going to attach my working yarn with a single crochet. And then I'm going to do a half double crochet in each stitch around. Trying to go over my end so I don't have as much to weave in. So I'm just going to do a half double crochet around each of those stitches around. Okay, so I've slip stitched at the beginning, and now I'm going to work on the cuff. And the cuff, I chain one, and then I chain one more, and then I'm going to go around the front post with a double crochet, and then I'm going to do a double crochet back post, go around that, and then I'm going to do a double crochet front post, and then I'm going to do a double crochet back post, and you're going to do this all the way around, and it'll create that ridged look. So you just continue around the stitch. So alternating front post, back post, and you're not going in the top, you're going in around the stitch. You can see that. So I'll see you at the end of this row. Okay, so I've completed that round, and then I'm going to slip stitch around that chain 2. I'm going to chain 2 more, and then I'm going to do another double crochet front post, and then another double crochet back post. Alternate them all the way around this round too, and then I'll see you at the end of this round. Okay, so I've made it around that line around, and you can see that it's ribbed and it's pulling, so it kind of gives it a more structure for that round. And I slip stitched around that chain, and I chained one, and now I'm just going to do a single crochet just for a finishing thing around the cuff, not pulling the yarn too tight, because remember, every stitch you can pull tight or leave a little looser. Remember, you can customize this hat or this hand glove however you choose. Okay, so I've completed that round. I slip stitched to the beginning, and you can see that it's made a little cute little cuff, and you can cut your working yarn, since I already have a little knot there, and I just make it as a knot. So now I have to weave in that end, and there you have a googly-eyed finger puppet that's a glove. And remember, you can customize this for your hand or for somebody else's hand. Like this one I have for my left hand is a bigger glove. It's for somebody with a bigger hand than the one that I just made is made for my hand. And you can kind of tell. You can make them as long fingers as you want or as short. Remember, all you gotta do is just customize it to fit you. So if that means you gotta add an extra stitch in there for you, then you do, or if you don't, then take a stitch out. So remember, it's customizable for your hands. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe.